And I'll scrub back and forth a little bit, see if I can get it to show up better. But as you can see there, those two holes right there. Watch again. You see those two holes? You can still see the big one. The small one kind of disappears. And you can see it's like you can just see from the overall shape of it. It's like there's like these two holes, and also those are probably the features of his reptilian face starting to show through. Large hole, small hole. There's all kinds of other anomalies too, but none that are clear enough to show for a striking effect. But you can definitely see these two holes showing up. See, it's really prominent right there. It's almost like looks like a Klingon face feature. It's probably what his face looks like. It's similar to a Klingon, or probably a whole lot scarier with those jagged teeth. According to Arizona Wilder, the front part of a reptilian's face sticks out like a dinosaur, velociraptor raptor. It's really wild. And you see that? And there's also like a little clear shape on the side, like something. It's almost like the flesh becomes clear right there. And in this shot, I noticed something interesting. Well, his mouth looks very strange, and it even seems to blur out of shape. And then also his nose takes on a strange shape. And his right eye socket appears to be much larger than the left, even taking into account the fact that that side of his face is in the shadow. But look at this anomaly on his nose, and I'll show a comparison shot of a later version of his face where you can see the shape of the nose is distorted. And his mouth here is very strange looking. It's almost like the lip features disappear. And you know, it's hard to pick this out because a lot of it's in shadow, but also here is where you see how his right side of his face looks a lot larger. Look at that. Now, as I said, the right eye that you can see here that looks a lot larger, one could say that it looks like it's just because his face is in the shadow. But I've noticed this in other shape-shifting instances, that the shape-shifting and the anomalies start to come out in the darkness, which I realize a skeptic will say, well, that's just because of the darkness. And here I see these little leaflets, and I realize it's very hard to see there, and I give it to you. But if you look at this further shot, I can see what look like little spikes. But as I'm pointing out here, one of the main things I notice about this is that the right eye and the right eye socket in shadow looks much larger than it should be. And also you see these strange shapes around the eye. It almost looks like a skeletal frame. And that's because I think that somehow what happens in the dark is that the true form of the being comes out. Now, here, look at the nose, and I'm going to do a comparison, this black and white, and look at the one on the left. You can really see a difference